Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how you guys been doing? It's your boys in here. Uh, right, I'm so not used to this. It's been quite some time since we saw each other, um, which is still quite a weird thing to say since I'm talking to myself. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to make this update, just letting you guys know I'm still alive, of course. I'm still alive and kicking. A lot of shit went down in the past 4 months. Kind of want to like express, or do we say, kind of talk about the experience or semi-experience, some of the expectations that I had that came down crumbling, and some of the more of a plan in the future and what my expectations are from myself. And most of it, just talk about it. So if you're here and you're still watching my channel, it probably means that my channel has been, probably one of those channels that you like to watch in the past a lot. And I really appreciate your time being spent here listening to my rambling, which is completely useless to you, but I still appreciate it. If there's anybody out there that still listens to me up to this day, and it kind of gets involved with updates about my life and everything that's going down. Yeah, I've seen the recent Pokemon stuff. I've seen the wheezing, and I don't know what to say about it. At first, I thought it's a Pokemon made for a Pokemon hack game. Like, I legitimately think I thought it's a Pokemon for hack game, but I was wrong. The Zigzagoon, one punkish looking Pokemon, looks kind of cool, but regarding the whole, oh my god, this is amazing, I want to get this, the trailer kind of got to me. The whole gigantic Pokemon is kind of cool, but at the same time, it's probably like over exaggerating and giving myself over expectations for something that probably isn't there. So my expectations for the newest Pokemon games are very, very low. Like, I'm putting them on the lowest end, because for me, if I get myself a console, which I doubt considering finances and all, then I'm just gonna be playing Pokemon for the sake of having whatever we have. But I'm definitely not one of those demanding consumers anymore. I was really into Pokemon, but it seems Game Freak is just getting lazier and lazier and lazier, and I myself aren't gonna go complain against them. I know that it's a big bad practice if you don't stand up for the things and you believe somebody's getting lazier. You shouldn't support them on their laziness. You should stand up and let them know this is not the way that you spend your money, but you're probably going to be spending it anyways, and that is what they're banking on. Plus, the new generation is coming in; they want to simplify it and so forth. But that's the way it goes. I'm really surprised they're putting it outside of handheld consoles, because I was really used to the handheld. So I think if this is a good situation, they're probably doing it because they think it's a portable system, still being, the way it is made. But at the same time, who really uses that big ass, handheld, so-called handheld console in their, Nintendo Switch outside? Like, seriously, you never see anybody using this. Then again, I never really see anybody using a console outside, so it's strange. Everybody want to play in their houses. Don't feel comfortable playing their console games, even their handhelds, anywhere outside. It's kind of weird, kind of strange, because I know there's a lot of gamers here in Slovenia. So, life has been weird lately. I mean, in a good way, in a strange way. Basically, in the last 4 months, I've been working in a job outside. And here I had a lot of expectations regarding savings. You guys know, well aware, I got a girlfriend in another country. She's currently working in Hong Kong, but the agency really got to her, and now she's more of a... It's a complicated situation that I'm not a big fan of, but I'm trying to find ways to get her out of it. But at the same time, I have to maintain some sort of financial stability for myself, and I've been doing that since, as I mentioned, couple of months ago, going full in. I was also having a side job, online job, which allows me to do schedule hours over the month, over the weekends, to send it to the boss and so forth. The problem with that job, wasn't really a problem, but I had an outside job that already took 8 hours of work, 2 hours of preparation, if you include everything else, and then if you work in the house like 4 hours a day, that's already 14 hours. So I had to really spare my time and think carefully so I don't risk my second job, my side job. So because I knew an online job is going to be very important, especially for me, since an online job and schedule hours can also allow you to travel, in my case, travel to my girlfriend and be able to work there as well. This is something I cannot say for any outside job that depends on you being there when they need you, which tends to go for most of the jobs out there outside if you're like a freelancer, an online marketer, or so forth. In that position, I had to like scheduleize, so I didn't risk anything losing. But the outside work really didn't pay out. Like they paid me as enough to be able to pay for my bills, pay for the important stuff. And you know how it is, you know, even if I don't put any luxury on myself, I didn't, you know, spoil myself. Food was the biggest spoil I can give myself, and that is the most important, since you have to eat to be able to survive. And the bills and everything that happens, there always stuff happening in your life that never allows you to financially stabilize. And this outside work was basically giving me more damage than good, because I was not able to maintain that stability, and it was just draining me, knowing that I'm not getting anywhere with this. So basically, with 4 months in, the place that we were working in was also selling to an Austrian person, and we had to move out, and basically my contract on that time also ended, so I was able to basically leave the place. But you know, I'm going back. I'm still going to be looking for jobs, but it's going to be mostly in the foreign countries, in the outside of my country, because I'm seeing that there's really not enough there's not enough opportunities. I think you have to value your time to know that if you are in somewhat skillful in some areas of your life, in this country or this place aren't giving you that place, that stage to shine, that you should be able to, you should take your time that you have, free time that you have right now, and look for ways to develop your skills further and further and further, and find ways to be able to expose them. So since then I've been doing a full-time online job, and well, full-time as much as I can, and it's been looking promising. But again, as I'm saying, everything that I've wasted, have I wasted those 4 months working outside? Probably, because the thing is that the whole system is made just for you to work and then spend, and then be able to work again and spend and work and spend. You are barely saving anything. And I have to save quite a lot if I'm able to manage to maintain careful planning for me and my girlfriend to get together and have a potential family in the future. So that is what I was going for. But this, you know, this past month had not been completely wasted, because I met a lot of cool people. I met a friend in the firm, which in the company, which I also become friends with outside. And you know, there was a couple of good points to this as well, and I think that's very important to address. But regarding finances, I think I would probably be better if I would, well, back then I was working outside. I did not have an online job then also, which means that I was not able to think differently. But since I got that job also, I was able to kind of like think, you know what, maybe I should like think to preserve something that's probably going to be, in some cases one would say less stability, but in other cases it's got opportunities and giving things that normally in companies outside are just not going to give you, you know. We're not talking about insurance here. Basically, so outside of that, you know, guys, I've been talking about the consoles and the Pokemon games I will be giving you guys, the games I will be bringing back on my channel. But since then, I've been thinking a lot also, because all this stuff are quite expensive. I mean, we're talking about the Nintendo Switch. For one original game that I would be planning to get, and that's Pokemon. But that's also like, if I get to December, that's probably going to be like a spending about 400, yeah, probably 400 euros, probably about 400 euros. And I think that's a bit much to ask, you know, especially if I'm going to be really driven to Pokemon. That's a question. And as I mentioned, my finances have been questionable as of late, but I'm doing my best to try to preserve and save up as much as I can. It's been going better now than before, which is ironic, but it is what it is. But still, I'm trying to do stuff on the side. Again, guys, you are well aware I'm doing logos. I'm going to be exposing my logos because it's very important. I've always enjoyed making logos. It's my passion to be creative. This is why I made YouTube channel. If you go back, like really back to the middle of my YouTube channels, you know that I was always doing something. I was trying to be diverse. I was always doing something like a layout or a lot of editing, a lot of things, a lot of passion went into it to make my videos quality like. And creativity was something that was always with me. This kind of fulfilled me. And this is what happens with logos. When I go into a logo, I'm gonna be honest. When I go into a logo, I'm like, I have a vision to make like something of an image. I'm not a drawer. I'm not good in drawing, but I'm decent in designing. I design something on such scale, which makes me go back, and it kind of makes me hard to make the same design twice, because it's a lot of coloring, blending, and which goes with what and so forth. It's really hard to find the same ways outside if you got other ways of practicing and finding it. But basically, I was looking into this stuff, and the beginning is always that very slow start, but then you go to the middle, and then you go to the more and more, and get richer and richer. The design gets bigger and bigger, and then the ending is like it's the part that I really enjoy the most, because I don't want to end it, so I make all these alternative versions of something. And many times I expose this and share it. Sometimes there were two examples where the client didn't like my logos, or they were not all that open about the ideas they had. So example, my last logo that I made was a Machamp logo, which looked like a sports logo, but the person didn't tell me he wants a more of a silly logo. He just said he wants a sports logo with Machamp, and I made a Machamp flexing basically with the logo down there, and he liked it, but it wasn't silly. And I really found that to be a bit of a drawback from my client, and I'm appreciative of his honesty. Of course, I didn't get paid for it at all, but at the same time, I appreciate his honesty. The problem was that he was not open about his idea of a logo, and what I did was I made a logo that was not silly. It was a sports-like, which is what he was applying. He wants a sports logo. I was imagining being a more of a serious, more professional-looking logo, or at least getting close to it, since I don't consider myself a professional designer. I don't even consider myself close to that, even advanced, but I consider myself to, if I really try to put myself in effort into it, I'm gonna do it decent or good, at least to a degree where it's acceptable for the money you offer. And at that point I was like, this is gonna go into my portfolio at least, but at the same time it was still a bit grindy, since if you aren't being open about your ideas, then don't expect everybody to know what you want exactly. If you want a silly, you should say you want a silly logo, and not say apply sports like, because then I myself don't know, I cannot know those stuff. So I'm basically completely clueless, and I make something that takes me a couple of hours or an hour, and then nobody gets anything. This logo is not being used. I spent time and effort into something, and I didn't get paid for it, because being paid for something that you do is a remarkable feeling. I would rather have clients daily, constantly, if I would able to maintain and make logos, make all this stuff for them, banners, layouts, than be able to, let's say, I would rather have 15 clients ask me to make them something, and me being creative with my life and being open and complex, because designing can be complex. It's never the same, and going outside, working in a company, can become very repetitive, and I just aren't that fulfilled. And you can get salary on that day, but I'm not going to be as fulfilled company giving me salary on that day of the month than I would be fulfilled in, let's say, finding my own clients and being able to serve them something, and them serving me for the offer that I gave them. That is what I call equal exchange. That is what I call not business-like, but business, yeah, kind of about making business. And I love that. I really love that. I love the professional feel of it, because I'm a person like that. Right now, I'm just going to keep on, looking. When it comes down to outside work, if I look, I'm going to be looking to tech stuff, technology, stores and so forth, because I love the idea of professionalism. It's so attractive to me. It really is attractive to me. But you know, with that being said, that is how this 4 months have been for me. I didn't really have much time to make YouTube videos. Plus, I was not the most motivated to make YouTube videos. I was watching some people still in the video game nerd and so forth. A lot of people with a lot of passion for the things that they do. Love watching those genuine people that, you know, they aren't up front with everything arrogant and so forth. They aren't that. Those tend to be the biggest unattractive traits in people. So I basically back down from those YouTubers. Yeah, but what else can I say regarding everything? I've been skeptical what I should do on this channel, YouTube channel, since I wanna talk some stuff out with everybody. Since there are some topics I want to talk about, maybe the Pokemon games. Maybe I don't feel like going to Let's Plays right now, since I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to complete it. And I don't want to make a hassle. I don't want to give you guys any false hopes as well. If I'm able to play, I'm gonna play something, then those games are probably gonna be something that is not related to Pokemon, most likely. Depends. Whether or not I will be live streaming, my internet is not that great. You know, here's the thing, my internet is pretty bad. Last time I live streamed, it was a hassle more than it was enjoyable. And there was one time there was real live streaming Pokemon, and it was the internet was going great for some reason, and well, there was some lag and problems, but nothing we couldn't handle, and I don't know why that was. Like, and now Twitch is confusing, man. Twitch is so demanding at the same time, and for some reason I aren't even able to watch other streamers. That's how bad my internet is. So that's how my internet is. Finances right now, I'm so focused on getting together with my girlfriend and all this stuff. It's taking priority. That I'm starting to be skeptical about whether or not I will get myself a console, because I'm not too sure if I'm going to be financially safe to be able to get myself this kind of luxury. It's not cheap, you know. It's still a lot of money, and it's not easy to think like that, you know. But if I'm going to be able to get it, which I doubt nowadays thinking about it, then expect Pokemon videos to come soon. But at the same time, Let's Play probably not. Or Pokemon, that is. Everybody and their mothers are going to be doing that. Still, this is going to be like 80 minutes in. I don't want to make this video too long. Thank you very much for watching me. You know, for still sticking around with my channel. I have not been swearing enough. Fuck's sake, man. Come on, swear something. But, you know, I just chilling a little bit. Just woke up. Well, just woke up like 2 hours ago. That's definitely not just waking up, but fuck that. You know, it's a nice chilling day. It's probably gonna be fucking hot as fuck everywhere. It's hot as hell. So it's better to make this video when it's just chilling, and you know, stuff aren't gonna be hitting your fucking brains, you know, and shit of that nature. But hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, whichever time zone you are in. Damn, I still remember that saying at the end. What kind of boring saying is that even? Jesus Christ, right? And I see you guys in the next one. Take care of yourself, and yeah, you know, take care of yourself. Health, most important thing. And see you guys in the next one. Peace.